Welcome Snoozy friends, to your channel Snooze in 10. Today we would be telling you a story of a forest that spoke, away from daily life. Birds that sung. Just too brief for our first-time listeners, our idea of channel is that we try to engage your imagination gently and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Help you not to overthink when you close your eyes, and last but not the least, provide you emotional comfort. Let's begin today's snoozy story. The Whispering Forest and the River of Dreams. Once upon a time, nestled far beyond the edge of the known world, past the last winding trail and the final stretch of golden meadows, there was a forest untouched by time. It was called the Whispering Forest. The trees here were ancient and tall, their leaves whispering in a language older than memory. Birds with shimmering feathers and silver songs nested high above, and soft moss blanketed the forest floor like a velvet carpet. Each evening, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, the forest would glow with a gentle, golden light. The trunks of the trees turned amber, and fireflies danced like living stars, flickering in a rhythm that felt like the forest's heartbeat. The air smelled of lavender and rain-kissed wood, and the breeze carried the hush of lullabies sung by the earth itself. In the heart of this forest flowed a magical stream, known as the River of Dreams. It shimmered even in the darkness, catching the moonlight and turning it into liquid silver. The water carried not just fish and leaves, but also the quietest thoughts and dreams of every creature who drank from it. It was said that if you rested beside this river and listened closely, it would tell you stories. Stories from forgotten lands, from dreams half remembered, and wishes never spoken aloud. Not many had found this river, but those who had always returned to it, not by walking, but by dreaming. One such visitor was a gentle soul named Ilara. Ilara lived in a quiet cottage by a lake, far from cities and noise. She spent her days tending to her garden, painting the colors of her dreams, and reading ancient books filled with curious maps and stories. Every night, just as the stars began to fill the sky, she would sit by her window, close her eyes, and whisper, "Take me to the river." And the forest would answer. She would feel herself growing lighter, as if her thoughts floated like feathers. The edges of her consciousness would blur, and she would drift past the sound of crickets, past the rustle of pages in her open book, into a deep and gentle slumber. In her dream, the moonlight would guide her, and soft forest trails would unfold beneath her bare feet. The air would be warm and sweet, and the stars above would shimmer like lanterns. That night, as Ilara arrived at the forest once more, she noticed something different. The River of Dreams was singing. It was a melody unlike any she had heard, gentle, ancient, full of longing and comfort. She followed its sound and found the river glowing brighter than ever. The surface shimmered with images: a child floating on a cloud, a fox curled beside a lantern, a castle made of starlight, She knelt by the bank and dipped her fingers into the water. It felt like silk, warm and cool at once. A voice, soft as the breeze, rose from the stream. "Tonight," it said, "we will show you a dream of peace." Ilara smiled and closed her eyes. The forest around her quieted, as if holding its breath. Then, the water's melody enveloped her, and the dream within a dream began. She found herself floating high above a field of golden grasses, swaying in rhythm with the wind. Far below, animals gathered, deer, owls, rabbits, all sleeping side by side in harmony. Trees curved into archways, and vines gently swayed, creating a lullaby of motion. The stars above turned slowly, and constellations came to life. A swan gliding across the sky, a lion stretching in the clouds, a dolphin leaping among comets. Then Ilara was gliding across a sea of petals, their colors shifting with every heartbeat, rose to indigo, to moonwhite, to sunrise gold. A breeze lifted her gently, and she found herself upon a soft bed of clouds. A voice like honey whispered, "You are safe here. You are home." Every sound, every touch, every sight was filled with a profound stillness, the kind of silence that isn't empty, but full of love. As she breathed, the air filled her with peace. All her worries, her thoughts, her memories slowly floated away like dandelion seeds. In that moment, time didn't matter. There was only now. The dream continued with no sharp edges. She walked through glowing meadows, each blade of grass humming a soft tune. Butterflies of light fluttered past her, and when she touched one, it burst into 1,000 tiny stars. She crossed a bridge made of moonbeams, where the waters beneath reflected not just her image, but her heart, glowing, calm, open. Eventually, the path brought her to a clearing where the sky seemed to curve closer, as if the stars had come down to rest. Beside her, there, in the center, was a tree with silver leaves. Its roots reached deep into the earth, and its branches stretched beyond the sky. She sat beneath the tree, resting her back against the trunk. The tree hummed a lullaby, and the stars above blinked slowly, like sleepy eyes. "You have always been here," the tree said. "Even when the world felt loud. Even when the days were heavy. This place has waited for you. A place of stillness, where nothing is asked of you. You are enough." And with that, Ilara drifted deeper into sleep, safe within her dream, within the forest, within the arms of the night. Hours passed in this perfect stillness. No clocks, no noise, only the heartbeat of the universe. Slow, steady, loving. And slowly, the dream folded itself, gently, like a blanket being pulled up to the chin of a sleeping child. Ilara stirred, still wrapped in the softness of the dream. The river of dreams whispered its final good night, and the forest let out a long, contented sigh. When Elara awoke in her cottage the next morning, the sun was just rising. Birds sang at her window, and the scent of lavender filled the air. She smiled, not with her lips, but with her heart. The river of dreams had filled her once again with something no words could capture. A quiet joy, a deep rest, a peace that lingered long after the night had passed. And as she went about her morning, watering her plants and humming a tune she couldn't quite name, the trees outside rustled gently, as if whispering, "We'll be waiting tonight." Good night, have a nice sleep.